Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some breaking news coming out here for you, so I want to bring you an update regarding the ongoing fighting near Kharkiv. Now, I reported just in the last 24, 48 hours that Russia had launched an attack towards Kharkiv, Ukraine's second largest city on the northeastern side of the country. So we reported last that there was heavy shelling going on in the area that's still ongoing now. As you can see here, this is actually the town of Vovchansk. I've talked a lot about this town originally when Russia first launched their invasion, or their invasion attempt, I want to say, of Kharkiv. This town right here is really close to the Russian border inside of Ukraine, and it's a pretty good-sized town compared to a lot of the other villages that are nearby in this area. And this town has been hit heavily over the last 24, 48 hours ever since this whole thing began. And this is some of the evidence of the village here, part of the village that was destroyed from Russian shelling. So we have a few updates here to go over. We know for sure that the fighting is still ongoing. Ukrainian troops appear to be holding ground and keeping the enemy back, keeping the Russians back, that is. And I wanted to talk a little bit about this. I put this on the title too, that Russia takes 5 villages in Ukraine. Apparently, the Russian Defense Ministry is saying that they took 5 border villages in the Kharkiv region. This news that we're going to go over is talking about that. But again, this is coming from Russia's Defense Ministry. I wasn't able to completely verify whether this is actually true, but the report that we'll go over does talk about this briefly. But what we hear on the ground, okay, I've got a few videos to show you as well of people that are inside Kharkiv that are reporting that everything is fine, okay, that there's no panic. Russia's apparently saying that the city of Kharkiv is panicking, people are fleeing, but what I'm seeing on the ground is that's not the case. It seems relatively calm there. The people there are peaceful and not worrying about what's going on, and the Ukrainian army is apparently holding the Russians back, from what I'm hearing. Okay, so we're going to talk about this some more. Let's get right into this. On NBC News, says fighting rages near Ukrainian city of Kharkiv as Russia reports deaths in border region. Russia's defense ministry said its forces had taken 5 border villages in the Kharkiv region, but the area's Ukrainian governor said the fight for control was ongoing. So I don't know if that Ukrainian governor is denying this or what it is in this region. But yeah, the Russian Defense Ministry saying that they had taken 5 border villages in the Kharkiv region. Well, I guess we'll find out more information soon whether that's true. Here's a picture of a emergency responder. So where's this at? Residential settlement in Kharkiv, Ukraine. So I know many cities are being hit. Villages, and excuse me, not cities, in the Kharkiv region have been getting hit. Not just Vovchansk, but Vovchansk is definitely getting hit the most from what I've been seeing. Lots of video footage coming out of that city just being completely destroyed, like what we're seeing here in the background. And again, look at this. This is a residential home. Okay, this is somebody's house. There's a house right here too on fire, and it looks like, I don't know if that house got damaged too, but this was probably from some sort of artillery attack or missile attack here in this town. Absolutely horrible. So it says here, fierce fighting was raging on Saturday for control of several Ukrainian villages near close to the country's eastern border with Russia. Further north, the Russian military sought to press home its attacks in the Kharkiv region. Ole Sinyabov, the region's governor, said, "As of now, the enemy keeps pressing in the north of our region. Our forces have repelled 9 attacks," he told a media briefing. That's what I'm hearing a lot of, is that the Russians keep attempting to attack, but the Ukrainians, again, from what I'm hearing, are able to hold their ground and repel these attacks. Elsewhere, Russia's defense ministry said its forces had taken 5 border villages in the Kharkiv region. However, Sinubov said clashes were ongoing in all 5 villages located within a zone little more than 3 miles from the Russian border. Ukraine's military said reinforcements were sent to the region to help stabilize positions and limit Russia's advances after it launched its new offensive on Friday. So, reinforcements coming in from the Ukrainian side, according to this information. Sini Hubov said regional authorities had evacuated more than 2,500 people from the frontier area, and that process continued. Top Ukrainian officials have repeatedly said they do not believe Russia has the capacity to launch a successful operation to capture the city of Kharkiv, which is home to 1.3 million people. So there's more information here. You guys can continue reading it. I'll cite it down below if you want to take a look at this. But yeah, one thing I just want to note here too is, so this article was talking about the fact that Russia, they don't believe that Russia has the capacity to launch a successful operation to capture Kharkiv. I mean, this is a very major city. It's 1.3 million people. I would think you'd need a pretty massive army just to be able to do that. And from what I was hearing, it was something like 50,000 troops, hundreds of vehicles, I think like 400 tanks. They were going to be using like missile launchers, all kinds of stuff to attack this area. But what we have seen from Russia is they generally work slowly, okay? They may be successful in some areas and take heavy losses, but they work slowly when it comes to this war. Like just what we've seen in the eastern side of Ukraine, they do take some land here and there, but with heavy losses, is at the back end of this. So I don't know. I don't know if Russia does have the capacity to take this. Many people would agree that they don't. But regardless, the offensive for Kharkiv is beginning now, and we know that Russia's trying to take several regions over here. They want the Kharkiv region, Sumy region, I think the Chernihiv region. These are all up in northeastern Ukraine that they're trying to go for these right now. And Vladimir Putin has been saying that he wanted to take these regions to create a buffer zone to push Ukraine back, so that way they can no longer attack inside of Russian territory, okay? So that means like ground invasions, which what we saw a lot happening over the last few months. There was lots of ground incursions into Russia, inside like the Belgorod region, Kursk region. I reported on that and talked a lot about that recently. But let's get into some more information here real quick. Got a couple things here to show you on X. So this is from Kate from Kharkiv. Any Russian attack, whether successful or not, results in the relentless shelling of towns and villages, reducing them to dust. Even if Russia doesn't gain any territory, there is murder and suffering of a horrifying scale. Kharkiv may be well fortified and our defenders are incredibly brave, but there is no arguing with artillery shells. Russia is determined to erase yet another town, Vovchansk, in the Kharkiv region as captured in the video. So here's some more video footage of Vovchansk. Like I've been talking about, this city is just getting hit heavily. It's a 12-second clip. Let's take a look.
Центр Вовчанська. 14 година. Просто пиздец. Центр Вовчанська. 14.
So as you can see, yet another town or city, village, whatever you want to call it, that's being reduced to rubble. Okay, we've seen this so much inside of Ukraine, and Russia is just completely destroying so many cities. And it really does seem like maybe that is the objective here, is just to create a buffer zone where not necessarily people will live in these cities anymore. Maybe they won't even be cities. Maybe they'll just be destroyed wastelands that are just controlled by Russian military and used as this buffer zone to keep the Ukrainians back. That's what it seems like Russia's objective is here. Because why would they go and just destroy all these cities? But at the same time, I'm sure it's to create mass terror to make people flee, so that way their military can come in and scoop up the mess. So let's look at a few more things here. Okay, let's take a look at this from Oleksiy Goncharenko. 8 a.m. May 11th, Kharkiv. The city is standing. There is no panic. Russia is trying to attack, but our army is holding. So this is a 1-minute clip of him standing here at one of the squares inside of Kharkiv and showing that there is no panic. It's completely calm and everybody's, doing their normal routine. So let's take a look at this too.
Hello to everybody from the center of Kharkiv city, the biggest square in Europe, the famous Держпром building. It's May 11 morning. Kharkiv is great. Kharkiv stands tall. Kharkiv is Ukraine. All Russian attacks, it's just informational propaganda. They're trying to scare people. They're trying to show their force, but it's nothing. Again, We in tens of kilometers from here, in tens of miles from here, there is a fighting. Russians try to push, but Ukrainian army is standing there, and the situation is absolutely controlled. No panic, absolutely no panic in the city of Kharkiv. People are here. It's an early morning. That's why, and this is the biggest square of Europe. That's why it looks quite empty. But believe me, everything is okay. The city lives. Everything works. So Kharkiv was Ukraine, Kharkiv is Ukraine, Kharkiv will be Ukraine. From the center of Kharkiv, Oleksiy Goncharenko. Тримаємо стрій. Слава Україні!
Okay, so there you go. According to him, everything seems to be fine. The Ukrainians are holding the Russians back, and what we are hearing is the war going on over here near Kharkiv is very tense. Okay, the fighting is tense, but from what we're hearing, the Ukrainian army is holding the Russians back. So there you go. There's some more information coming from Oleksiy here. So finally, I want to show you this too. This is from Margot Gontar. Kharkiv at 5 a.m. in between Russian attacks on the city. Kids are preparing for a graduation ball. So here's some more evidence that people are kind of just going about their day, and nothing seems to be really going on. And people are just going on, in life as normal. So let's take a look at this too.
Еще раз то же самое, да? Все готовы? 7, 8 и раз, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Еще раз. И раз, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Вот сейчас идеально будет.
Okay, so like I said, the situation seems to be relatively stable here, and the people of Kharkiv are just going about their daily life, and they're not really worried about what's going on over here. And maybe the people of Kharkiv are kind of used to seeing this kind of stuff too, because it's come under attack so frequently that obviously the people here, they're not scared. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you, show you some on-the-ground footage as well of some of these attacks, like what we see in this video here from Vovchansk. Some cities are being destroyed right now, and then Kharkiv overall, the people there don't seem to be too worried about this. So I just wanted to get this out there too and let you know, give you a quick update of what's happening over here in this area. And we'll see what happens here over the next 24, 48 hours if the situation changes. But as of right now, it looks like the Ukrainians are holding back. And maybe we'll try to find out more information whether the Russians taking those 5 villages, from what we're being told from the Russian Defense Ministry, maybe Ukrainian governors in this region might come out and report that maybe that's true, but we're still trying to figure that out at this time. So go ahead and let me know what you think down below. Share your thoughts, concerns, and opinions down in the comment section. That's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this update, please smash that like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.